Good afternoon, everyone. I am Hyunwoo from Team 2. Do you know why media companies' stock price increase? The key driver is upgrading content power. As you see here, Disney achieved 300% returns over the last 10 years. This is mainly because of acquiring the popular characters from Toy Story, Avengers, and Star Wars. In this perspective, 2018 will be a year of tremendous change for CJ ENM. The company is upgrading its content power through IPO of Studio Dragon, who already created the famous characters from 도깨비, 응답하라, and 미생. So, wondering who the next spotlight will be? If so, we recommend you to buy the stock. We suggest a target price of 115,000 Korean won with 25% upside. Well, CJ ENM has complex business model. However, the core is very simple. First, making content. Second, monetization. So media division's dramas on TV and online channels, movies targeting for Asian-wide market, and music labels shown on various music players such as Melon and Mnet. And overall, media division holds 74% of total revenue, movies 12%, music 14%. Mr. and Mrs., you must buy the stock because of media, music, and then Marvel. Media division revenue will increase by 10.8% in 2018. This is mainly because of TV ad unit price increase and high OP margin of digital ad. In the music division, the legal change in music revenue structure will drive 12% sales growth in 2019. And lastly, non-operating value from Netmarble will largely contribute to the CJ ENM's stock price increase. Next, Sunyoung will talk about the media division in detail. Hey Sunyoung.
Thanks, Hyunwoo. In the media division, overall profit growth and OP margin will be improved. Revenue will grow by 10% annually, and OP margin will reach 7% in 2021 from 4% in 2017. This profit growth comes from the two factors. First, TV ad unit price increase in TV channels like TVN and OCN. Second, higher margin of digital ad. TV ad unit price increase is deeply related to the IPO of Studio Dragon. More than 200 billion won will be financed and used in drama production. Therefore, Studio Dragon will make over 40 dramas in 2020, which is 10 times more than competitors. Corresponding to this additional drama production, CJ ENM is adding drama slots in its channel. As rebroadcasts are replaced by new dramas, TV ad unit price of newly added slots will increase. Plus, Digital ad revenue will also get boosted from more dramas. Digital ad revenue is ad sales from online channels like YouTube and Naver TV. As digital ad is based on TV contents, there is no additional cost for it. Surprisingly, its OP margin is over 80%. Therefore, operating leverage will arise from this revenue, which leads OP margin growth of overall media division. Next, Youngjin will cover music and then Marvel.
Thank you, Sunyoung. Now I will talk about the music division and the Marvel. In the music division, the revenue will increase by 12% in 2019. This is mainly because of the legal change in the music revenue structure. The government under President Moon declared that the revenue ratio of copyright and platform will be changed from 6:4 to 7:3. In this case, CJ ENM, which has the largest portion of the copyright sales, will be the most beneficiary from this environmental change. In addition, the platform companies like Luan are expected to increase the streaming price to defend their revenue from the legal change. Then CJ ENM will fully benefit from this price-driven market growth in 2019. And next, CJ ENM's 22% stake in Netmarble will increase the stock price of CJ ENM. This is because Netmarble stock price is expected to increase with popularity of the game named Lineage Revolution in the worldwide market, especially in China. Netmarble's equity value now accounts for 66% of CJ ENM's current market cap, and the correlation between two stock price is 0.9. Therefore, the success of S.T.A.R will largely contribute to CJ ENM's stock price. As the SARS sanctions by Chinese government have relieved, the entry of S.T.A.R into China is certain in 2018. The success in China is definite because the game already has successful performances in Japan, North America, and Europe, where MMORPG was not popular. So we expect that Netmarble will make about 4 trillion won in 2018. Next, he will explain the valuation of CJ ENM.
Thank you, Youngjin. Now, how can you value this promising company? We conducted some of the parts valuation and suggested to buy the stock with a target price of 115,000 won and 25% upside potential. The reason why we used SOTP is because there is huge non-operating asset value from Netmarble. To value this, we multiplied 22% ownership rate and discounted 30% from its market value. Next, to compute operating value, we utilize 5-year FCF model. There are some key assumptions. First, beta is estimated to be 1.1 using bottom-up methods. WACC assumption is 9.1%, and terminal growth is expected to be 1.3% based on Korean long-term GDP growth rates. As a result, we arrived at CJ ENM's operating value 2 trillion won. It's not the end. We cross-checked our DCF valuation using relative EV/EBITDA multiple valuation. You may ask, why EV/EBITDA? First, the company's net income includes significant equity method gains, which is not from the operating activity. In other words, net income-based multiples such as PE cannot represent the pure operating value. Also, EV/EBITDA can normalize amortization effect, which is crucial to content companies. Now, the peer group is comprised of regional and major content companies with comparable market cap size. Our relative valuation suggests that the operating value is 1.9 trillion won, which supports our DCF valuation. Well, it seems pretty attractive investment so far. Dong-hwan, are there any investment risks?
Thanks to you. Okay, there are two risks when investing in this company. First one is unstable performance of the movie division, and second one is decreasing TV ad market. Firstly, the movie division's unstable operating profit has made people hesitate to invest in this company. This is because competition is intense in the Korean movie market, which is already in maturity stage. As you see here, theater visit per capita of South Korea is the highest in the world, and overseas competitors like Disney and Warner Brothers are penetrating the market. However, CJ will offset the decline of domestic sales by overseas sales. This is because the company is about to enter Chinese and Southeast Asian market, which have high growth potential. Secondly, TV ad market is decreasing. However, CJ is expanding the other monetizing means such as digital ad and overseas content sales, as you see this chart. From these reasons, we expect the market risk on CJ will be limited. Back to Hyunwoo.
Thanks, Johan. So lastly, our investment summaries are first, profitability improvement in media, second, favorable legal change in music, and third, non-operating value growth from Netmarble. Therefore, we suggest a buy recommendation on CJ with target price of 115,000 Korean won with 25% upside. Thank you for listening, and now we'll take your questions.
I have two questions. The first one is you mentioned in the earlier presentation the Disney stock had varied more than 300% for several years. Why do you think there is only 25% upside for CJ? So it's very, very
Thanks for your question. First, our team thinks that CJ is in the process of progress to become like Disney. Yeah. So I think that's the big picture of CJ. However, CJ have a lot of obstacles and they need a lot of breakthroughs, which is not accomplished yet. So that's why we suggest 25% potential.
Okay. The second question is, among several variation methods you have applied, one of them was EV/EBITDA, and you applied it because the amortization or depreciation cost is very crucial for their teams. And you compare it with their peers, but actually depreciation or amortization cost is very by each company's accounting policy. So wondering when you compare with peers whether you adjust it.
Thank you for your question. Yes, as you mentioned, amortization cost is crucial to content companies and is different by companies and thereby their financing policy. And in case of CJ, its amortization is much bigger actually than other companies. However, we think it's because of financial rule, not the essence of that investment. We believe the amortization should be classified as future investment for content library. That's why we believe EV/EBITDA is more appropriate for valuing content companies.
Okay. Thanks for your presentation. Two questions as well. The first one is related to China. You made a statement that made me a little bit uncomfortable, and I think it was something along the lines of success in China being absolutely guaranteed because the success that they've had in other countries. That bothers me. I don't know how you can make a judgment that because they did well in other countries, they're absolutely going to be successful in an entirely different country. So could you please help me get a little bit more comfortable with that statement?
Thank you for your question. And in case of Netmarble, Tencent is third shareholder of Netmarble, and Tencent is, the largest game company in the world. And Tencent made a contract with Netmarble to publish L2R, Digital Revolution, in China. So Tencent will make big marketing expense and has big market power, and also such sanctions is relieved recently, so we think this is good signal to us.
Okay. Second question is related to your risks. You mentioned only two. I'm sure there are more. So I'm firstly interested in why you picked those two out of other, what considerably other risks that would be present, I would think.
Well, we chose risk as our standard of why investors hesitate to invest in this company. And we first thought the movie division's unstable profitability is the most hesitating factor for investors, and that's the first reason. And regarding TV market, and market's expectation on CJ is the media revenue is heavily relies on TV ad revenue, and also we thought we can break down the market such expectation by these mitigators.
Okay, I have a question on your valuation of free cash flow model. So you used a bottom-up beta of 1.11 and terminal growth of 1.29%, which you said is based on long-term GDP growth of Korea. So two questions. Can you help me understand what bottom-up beta is? Is it from using price of this company with relation to Kospi? And regarding terminal growth, did you use nominal or real GDP? And do you think using Korea's long-term growth is appropriate for a company with a lot of export potential?
Thank you for your question. And first, we use bottom-up beta by dividing each division's beta, and we use unlevered beta of each division and re-levered it with the company's revenue ratio. And the second question was about terminal growth. And we used OECD's nominal growth rate, nominal GDP growth rate expectation, and the OECD suggests that 1.3% for 2060's Korean GDP growth rate. And we use this data as GDP growth, terminal growth rate, and we believe this growth rate is appropriate for CJEM because CJEM's most revenue comes from the media division and music, which is based on Korean economy.
Okay, thank you. I have two questions. One of your key theses for CJ E&M is that their ad ASP will go up. But in the back of the presentation at the race, you mentioned the TV ad market is shrinking. So I was wondering, how should I add this up? Like one city is shrinking, one city is going to get better price. How would you answer that question?
Thank you for your question. And we suggest that CJEM is getting benefits from increasing price of ad price. It's mainly because of more drama slots they're putting in. As a result, and the second one is their strategical change from packaging ad to targeting ad. In past, CJEM other channels advertisements such as XTM or sport channels, those advertisements were sold packaging type with main channels such as TVN. However, as drama production is increased, they can put more quality content to other channels, and as a result, the overall channel ad price goes up. And that's why it can overcome the market degrowing.
And also, I think the main key factor that CJEM penetrate the market to increase the MS in Korean TV ad market is that the CJNM and also Studio Dragon have very good references in the past 3 or 4 years. So I think the content power is basically derived from the core creators like Eun-soo Kim and Park Ji-eun. And these are very famous drama writers in Korea. And they have written a lot of famous dramas, and you can confirm the high viewership ratings of their dramas.
Thank you. My next question is, when doing DCF, you showed us our discount rate, WACC, etc. But could you share with us the free cash flow table and kind of walk us through how you arrived at the free cash flow number?
Okay. First, the important one is amortization and depreciation. We first estimated capex of CJENM by the capex on intangibles will follow the revenue growth rate, and as a result, we arrived at capex on intangibles, and by that, we arrived at amortization, annual amortization of CJENM, adding each year's